This video gives an overview of the Predictor menu. The File menu allows you to open a project, close a project, zip a project, start a welcome dialog, import data. You can import a complete Predictor project into your current project, import shape files, map info files, text files, CAD files and geomodel files. All these imports will create items. There's an import of measurements. They're treated separately from B&K measurement equipment. And there's a separate option to import a complete model created by the T&M software. Export options allow you to export your model to another Predictor project, or export your items into shape files, map info files, geomodel files, or export your complete model items including your noise contours to Google Earth. These are options to exporting results, for instance point results in text files or shape files, contour lines, so calculated noise contour lines to DXF, noise contour lines to shape, noise contour areas to shape, and vertical contour areas to shape. The batch export allows you to export multiple models in one go to one shapefile, the results, or export your current model back to the T&M software in T&M format. Print model allows you to print the graphical view you're seeing at the moment. Print item properties are the tables with all the item properties. And here are the most recently used projects. The edit menu allows you editing on the items, undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, paste special, delete. All these actions are actions on items. Select all items, select items of the active group, search and select, searching to specific items, maybe items with a certain height or with a certain traffic flow. Invert your current selection. You can assign your current selection to an active group. You can ungroup your current selected set of items, the properties of a selected item or selected items. Snap to items, snap to the background. If you have a background, a CAD background open, DXF or DWG, you can snap to the background while entering items. Some additional options of changing items like move, rotate, swapping of nodes, rescale, or simplify the geometry of the selected items. Changing polylines and polygons, so you select one item and you can insert points. You can remove points, you can break an item into two, you can join two items into one, and you can connect the locations of the nodes of two items. Batch create items allow you to create multiple items in one go, for instance with parallel items, create parallel barriers or parallel vertical contours, vertical grids around buildings. Generate contour points. Contour points are taken together with your grid points in order to generate your noise contours, and generate automatically receivers around your buildings, receivers at the facades. Add items. This is the list of all the items available for the current model that you've opened. In this case I've opened a road model, so you can import or you can enter roads, contour points, grids, receivers, vertical grids, barriers, bridges, buildings, ground regions, height lines, height points, address points, div areas, div lines, div points and GPS points. In the model menu you can open a model or multiple models of the active project. You can close your active model. You can check the model if your items have problems or are not correct, or if they do not have a height, or all kind of other warnings you will get. You can also check your terrain, so the height lines and the height points. You can remove duplicates in your items. In some cases when you do a multiple import, items get doubled or tripled in your model. That's of course not nice, because it will increase the calculation time and sometimes even increase your reflections. Open a background model. You can always compare a foreground model to a background model. Close the background model, compare the foreground and the background model. Information on your selected model, on your active model. period definitions of your active model, the group manager of your active model, group reductions within your active model, control values in your active model, the item profiles, the list of items of your active model, and the list of item history of your active model. Tile model creates multiple models based on your active model in order to reduce calculation time, to increase the calculation speed. View, zoom, zoom in, zoom out, all the normal zoom options available, zoom boundaries, zoom extends. Zoom extends always zooms to all items in your model, but also to all open background maps. Pan model, zoom synchronized. If you have multiple models open, you can zoom synchronized in all models at the same time to the same location. Cross section, creating a cross section on any place in your model. 3D view, measure the distance in your model, copy your view, your current view, to the clipboard. Then you can use it in other Windows software. Display settings, switch on or switch off items or give them another color. Background map, opening a background map like a picture, a JPEG, a bitmap, or a CAD file, DXF, WG. And the toolbars, organizing your toolbars. The results. The table of results will give you an overview of the results on receiver points. The table of control, that's where you can compare your receiver points, your results on the receiver points, to control values like limit values or measured values or proposed values. Table of comparisons is where you can compare your calculated values also with your control values. Table of wind turbine results. If you have wind turbines in your model, this is a separate table of results giving the results per wind speed. The result labels, so putting a label on your map. The contours, showing the noise contours, the calculated noise contours, and take your results off your model. Calculations, the settings, some general calculation settings. You can calculate the terrain model separately. You can start a calculation. When you start a calculation, also the terrain model is calculated, but in some cases it's convenient to calculate the terrain model separately. A batch calculation is an option to calculate multiple models in one go. A test calculation will give you more inside information of your calculation, like separate the screening attenuation or the ground attenuation, so more information. Server settings and server info are for your calculation clients. Tools menu, start the georeference software, or start the SourceDB software, or start the wind turbine catalog software. These are three separate softwares but can be started from the tools menu. Building results, specific option to generate results per building and also results per number of people attached to the buildings. And you can add a receiver taken from a measurement. Lima Link will give you all kind of other options using the Lima macro language, like concatenate lines or changing attributes, simplifying, make polygon rectangular, renumbering items, or checking if your model is according to T&M modeling modeling information, converting height lines of height points to height lines, and go directly to Lima 5. Window, you can tile them horizontally, vertically. In this case I've got only one model open, but if you have multiple models open, this is the way to tile them vertically. The help, go to the help file, view the readme file, check for updates if there's a new version available, create a support mail to send them to your Breuenkeer sales agent or directly to the soft noise technical support. Soft noise online support, about soft noise and about Predictor. Well, this gives you a quick overview of the menus. Thank you for your attention.